Today we will be going over a few concepts that you can apply to your artwork when creating with collage. The first thing we will go over today is creating value. Value refers to the lightness or darkness of a color or tone. As you can see here, I have several clippings from magazines that represent a variety of value. You can see light, dark, and also medium tones. Let's take a look at the individual values. This grouping would be considered a lighter value, this grouping more of a medium value, and this grouping a dark value. Let's look back at the group of magazine clippings again. Look at the variety of values. When you use a larger scale of value in your artwork, it can add interest, depth, and form. Here I have selected several pieces from the group of magazine clippings to create a value scale. You notice that it goes from dark to medium to light. Again, adding value to your artwork will add interest, form, and depth, and also what we call contrast. Now let's talk a little bit about contrast. When talking about our artwork, we can talk about contrast in a couple different ways, such as color contrast itself, or we can discuss color value contrast, such as in this image. Notice the range of values that are all within the same color family. But when discussing contrast, this image would demonstrate a lower to medium value contrast, whereas this image demonstrates a very high level of color value contrast. Notice the range of values again. Only this time, instead of more medium tones, you see the very, very light and the very, very dark. The contrast is created when the light is placed against the dark. Here I have taken some of the magazine clippings and laid them one on top of the other to demonstrate to you the idea of contrast. The grouping on the left are two lighter tones, which show little contrast. The grouping in the middle shows a lighter tone with a slightly darker tone, showing medium contrast, and the grouping on the right, a very dark tone and a medium to light tone, showing a higher level of contrast. If I wanted to create the highest level of color value contrast, I would place the darkest tone next to the lightest tone. Remember, just like value, contrast can add interest and depth to your artwork. It can add that extra little pop that you're looking for. It can also make every detail of your image just stand out overall. Now we will discuss the concept of creating simulated texture within your collage by using magazine clippings. Here we have a photograph of grass that was pulled from a magazine. While this could be used as a texture, there's a little bit more to creating a simulated texture in collage than simply clipping from one photograph. When we talked about value, we learned the importance of using a variety of tones to create that value. As you can see here, I not only have a variety of value, but I also have a variety of printed materials from magazines, and they're all cut in a variety of shapes. Using this combination will help create simulated texture. Watch as I begin to create a simulated texture of grass. I like to begin with the larger pieces first and some darker colors, then building on top of those with the smaller, thinner pieces, mixing in the ranges of value. And here is the simulated texture of grass complete. Remember, by using a large range of values, adding contrast, and creating those simulated textures, you're sure to achieve the greatest results in your collage artwork.